The global demand, as you know, for chips is exponentially growing. Chips are at the center of the global technological race. They are of course also the bedrock of our modern economies, and they are essential for the goods we use on an everyday basis. This is from a press statement by President von der Leyen, and chips are also an integral part of the EV sector. In fact, Nancy Pelosi just wreaked havoc on the auto industry with an act that enraged all manufacturers. So what happened? What impact does this act have on the production of EVs? Let's find out in today's episode of Tesla Fans. But first, welcome back to Tesla Fans. Is this your first time? Well, you've come to the place where we give you the most up-to-date and latest news about Tesla, Elon Musk, and the most advanced technologies. We'd appreciate it if you would share the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell to make sure you never miss out on the next episode. And now let's get back to today's content, shall we? The U.S. House of Representatives will introduce a bill to increase U.S. competitiveness with China and boost federal spending on semiconductors, Speaker Nancy Pelosi said. As the Biden administration seeks to boost domestic chip production, the House will soon introduce its competitiveness bill, she said in a note to Democratic colleagues. The announcement came just hours after the Intel Corporation said it would invest more than $20 billion into new chip-making plants in Ohio in a massive manufacturing project that could benefit from federal funding in the years ahead. At the Senate Commerce, Science and Transportation Committee, Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger and memory chip company Micron Technology CEO Sanjay Mehrotra announced a quick passage strategy. They were also joined in person by Tim Archer of Lam Research, a semiconductor equipment provider, and directed remotely by Preston Fade of Packer, a vehicle manufacturer. The CEOs emphasized how government subsidies in Asia, particularly in China, Taiwan, and South Korea, have aided in the region's transformation into a semiconductor manufacturing powerhouse where around 80% of chips are currently produced. China is investing more than $100 million in its semiconductor industry, according to Mehrotra. As a result, it's critical that the United States implements the CHIPS Act with heavy-handed investments. However, it appears that Congress did not readily pass this bill, and as a result of their constant delay, the owners of significant chip businesses issued a letter to U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi urging her to speed up the CHIPS Act. The following is an excerpt from the letter of recommendation. We call on Congress to take prompt action to fund the Creating Helpful Incentives for the Production of Semiconductors or Chips for America Act and enact a strengthened version of the Facilitating American-Built Semiconductors Act or FABS Act to include an investment tax credit for both design and manufacturing. As you know, semiconductors are essential to virtually all sectors of the economy, including aerospace, automobiles, communications, clean energy, information technology, and medical devices. Unfortunately, demand for these critical components has outstripped supply, creating a global chip shortage and resulting in lost growth and jobs in the economy. The shortage has exposed vulnerabilities in the semiconductor supply chain and highlighted the need for increased domestic manufacturing capacity. We ask you to prioritize actions to help strengthen the U.S. semiconductor ecosystem. The Senate has already approved funding for chips on a bipartisan basis. The House must now move forward to approve the funding. The chip shortage poses risks to our entire economy and time is of the essence. In addition, the received letter combines the signatures of a number of important manufacturers, including Sundar Pichai, CEO of Alphabet Incorporated, Tim Cook, CEO of Apple Incorporated, James D. Farley Jr., President and Chief Executive Officer of Ford Motor Company, Mary T. Barra, Chair and Chief Executive Officer of GM, Jensen Huang, founder and president and CEO of Nvidia, and so on. But how will this act affect Tesla in particular? Elon Musk tweeted, "Our biggest challenge is supply chain, especially microcontroller chips. Never seen anything like it regarding supply chain. While we're making cars at full speed, the global chip shortage situation remains quite serious. For the rest of this year, our growth rate will be determined by the slowest part in our supply chain, which is that there's a wide range of chips that are at various times the slowest parts in the supply chain. Although the company predicted it would be able to build 50% more vehicles than it made last year, the Tesla CEO said the global chip shortage would stop the company from rolling out any new models in 2022. That means another delay for the Cybertruck pickup, which was originally scheduled to go on sale last year under pressure to hit fourth quarter sales goals while coping with widespread semiconductor shortages. Tesla decided to remove one of the two electronic control units that are normally included in the steering racks of some made-in-China Model 3 and Model Y cars. Tesla did not disclose the exclusion, which has already affected tens of thousands of vehicles being shipped to customers in China, Australia, the UK, Germany and other parts of Europe, and it was not immediately clear whether Tesla would make similar changes to cars manufactured in or shipped to the US. The omission indicates that Tesla had to make changes beyond what the company has publicly revealed to keep its factories and sales going from the final weeks of 2021 on, as the world faced an ongoing chip shortage that has affected everything from cars to laptop computers. It also means Tesla can't turn all its existing cars into driverless vehicles with a mere software update. At the time this manufacturing change was underway in Shanghai, the CEO wrote in a tweet, "Oh man, this year has been such a supply chain nightmare, and it's not over the chip. Chip supply is fundamentally a governing factor on our output. It is difficult for us to see how long this will last because we don't have it. This is just out of our control essentially. As a result, we can't see how the chip shortage harmed Tesla's manufacturing, causing them to limit vehicle production, remove some control chips, and worst of all, stop production altogether. Control chips are required for EV solely because they cannot function without them. Therefore, the Chip Act must be passed as soon as possible. This is something that all car manufacturers want, not just Tesla. What do you think about the Chip Act? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And there you have it. Today's episode has come to an end, and if you have any interesting topics you would like us to dive deeper in, please let us know in the comments section down below. And if you enjoyed today's episode as much as I did, please leave a like, share the video, subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you won't miss out on the next exciting episode of Tesla Fans. Once again, thank you so much from all of us here. We hope to see you again next time. Until then, take care and safe travels.